Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not worry about the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. If you've been looking at our website, starborninstitute.org, you would already know that the title tonight does have something to do with romance, because it's called For the Love Of. And that is because love is highly accentuated right now. So you could really be having that on your mind, and everyone else is too, which is great. And that is because there are 4 wonderful planets in the sign of Leo. And Leo rules love affairs, among other things. And the 4 planets there are wonderful. So this is about as good as it gets as far as love goes this year. And that is because the sun is in Leo, which it rules, and it is conjuncting Mercury. So there can be, and Mercury is the planet of the mind and of communication. So there can be very good news about all the things that Leo rules. Love affairs, children's matters, sports, glamour, the entertainment field, publishing, and the heart, the back, and the blood supply. So there could be breakthroughs concerning those things. And also in Leo are Venus, the planet of love and partnership and harmony, which is now conjuncting Jupiter in Leo. Venus will eventually move on, but Jupiter is going to stay in Leo for a whole year. And with those planets conjuncting, a Venus-Jupiter conjunction denotes a marriage. And so this is a time when, if you are feeling like making a deep commitment, you should. These are really good aspects. If you're in love with somebody, it probably is exactly the right person, and I don't think you should wait on anything. However, there's more good news to come, because the 4 planets in Leo are being trined beautifully by 2 other planets in a fire sign, the Moon and Uranus in Aries. Aries rules new beginnings, and Uranus rules sudden change, and the Moon rules our feelings. So while people could have a change of heart in one way or another, it can be, since Uranus is retrograde, that they're changing their minds about making a new start. Perhaps something that had been stalled before may go ahead with all that good support from the 4 planets in Leo and get underway right now. Because you see, the 2 love planets are actually trining each other, which is wonderful. Venus in Leo is trining Uranus in Aries. Uranus rules platonic or spiritual love. It rules the kind of love that is being shared by people who are best friends, or co-workers who are working on a project together that they really love doing. And so it doesn't denote a physical romance, but it certainly does denote the love of something really important to people. It even can be the love of invention, because Uranus rules invention, but it could also rule adoption. And so it could be the love for someone who is part of the family of man, or you could have a love for humanity right now, and you could want to see people get together in a way that promotes humanity, not destroys it. And that is the influence we're under right now. And that's why the title of the show is For the Love Of, because there are different kinds of love. Right now, perhaps you could be thinking about romantic love, and if you are, it could turn into a deeper commitment such as marriage, and this is a wonderful time to have that happen. The aspects are wonderful for that. But it could also be the love of something that is higher than you are, or something that involves a lot of people. It could also be love for the things that Sagittarius rules, and that is because the 4 planets in Leo and the 2 in Aries all trine the sign of Sagittarius beautifully. And it's the 3rd fire sign, and it rules long-distance travel, international relations, people in foreign countries. It also rules higher education and religion and philosophy, and it rules the courts. So judgments coming from the courts are highly favored to benefit people, all kinds of people, children and adults and lovers and friends, and happiness. And so we have that to look forward to as well. However, there are 3 retrograde planets right now. Uranus is retrograde in Aries. Right behind it, Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, and Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn. So when there are 3 or more retrograde planets, it simply is a very good time to go back and tie up loose ends and check things and make sure that you've got everything planned and written down that will help you achieve your goals. Or this may be a time of reassessment. And that's what I think is happening. I think that some people are changing their minds. There may have been ideas around for a while or good suggestions that no one was paying attention to, but now people can be reconsidering those, particularly in light of the fact that Mars and Saturn are now together in Scorpio, a fixed financial sign that rules credit, and it means that since those are 2 malefic planets, it means that the value of assets is diminishing and budgets are tight. And so people can be thinking of the love of their long-term security and wanting to make sure that that is stable and secure. And so we've got a lot on our minds as far as love goes, but it is love that is accented right now. So I hope you keep that in mind. And just remember, love is very, very powerful. You should never gamble with it. Leo rules gambling, but if you gamble right now, you could lose not only money, but you could lose the love of someone very precious to you. And the reason why I don't think this is a good time to gamble, even though all those wonderful planets are in Leo, is because Mars and Saturn in Scorpio are squaring the 4 planets in Leo, and that means there are 6 planets in fixed signs that will not budge, and that is the majority of planets in the heavens, and that's why you can't afford to gamble. This is still a better time to pay off money and save money. And the reason why is so that you can provide for your loved ones. That is why love can be on everyone's mind right now, but you better not overdo it too much. And certainly don't stretch your credit out. Pay off your bills so that you have money to provide for your loved ones as well. All right, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, I think you are really riding high right now, Aries, and the reason why is how could you not be? Actions speak louder than words, and actions are what fire signs really like. And today you have the moon and Uranus, that planet of sudden change and genius and rebellion and freedom, in your sign, and they are being beautifully trined by all 4 planets in Leo. And so I think that you could be subject to a sudden change that could be quite delightful, Aries. Maybe you could go on a trip. Maybe you're deciding to study something in depth that you are more committed to. There could be good news about children or sports or traveling or family members, or you could meet the love of your life. And what I feel like saying to you, Aries, is surprise. Uranus does rule surprise, and I think you could get some very surprising news. It might even be a little bit shocking, but on the other hand, I also think it would delight you. So I think you're going to have a great week, Aries. Congratulations. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, you are a person who is certainly tempted to go overboard right now, particularly in the name of love. And the reason why is that Venus is your sun sign ruler, and it is in Leo, and it is conjuncting Jupiter, which is a wonderful planet. Remember, that's a marriage tie. And the Sun and Mercury are in Leo as well. But all 4 planets square your sun sign, Taurus. So I think you can be wanting to provide well for your loved ones, or you could have your eye on something a little bit pricey and extravagant, and I'm sure you feel like spending money right now. And that could be great, except for the fact that Mars and Saturn in Scorpio, which are also squaring all the planets in Leo, are opposing your sun sign, and that simply means that even if you do have your mind on something sort of pricey right now, Taurus, there probably are bills to be paid, and you may not be able to stretch your credit quite enough to be extravagant right now. So yes, you can certainly have your mind on love, but you also have to sort of keep a little bit of a lid on financial affairs right now, because they could be very costly for you. There could be back taxes or penalties connected with them, or it can simply be that some loans can be coming due, or there can be the prospect of higher interest rates in the future, and you could be subject to higher costs because of that. And that's why it's a very good idea, even if you're really in love with someone or something, to pay down your debts first so that you are in a better financial situation before you proceed. So I think you do have to sort of watch the bottom line real closely right now, Taurus, because costs could be much higher than you had originally anticipated, and incomes could not be quite as high, or assets would not be quite as valuable. And that is why you need to be a little bit careful right now. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, there aren't any planets in the air signs right now, and so I don't think people are coming up with great ideas, but you could still be associated with people whose mind is on love. And the reason why is that the moon and Uranus in Aries are sextiling your sun, and the 4 planets in Leo, the sun, Mercury, your own ruler, which is conjuncting the sun, and Venus and Jupiter are also sextiling your sun. So that's a lot of planets right around you, Gemini, which means you can be included in plans that can be moving very, very swiftly right now, but they are promoted by love or prompted by love, and it can be the love of doing something as well as the love of people who want to get together. So you can be embroiled in very nice activities, or you can be around people that are very popular, and if there is some sort of sudden change, you could probably benefit from that, Gemini. So there can be a lot of opportunity around right now for you if you just sort of perk up and look around, because I think it's everywhere. And it can be involving love in one way or another, so I think that would make you happy. So keep your eyes and ears open for opportunities, because I think that they can be headed your way, Gemini. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, this is simply a time when I think that you can be thrown off a little bit by some sort of surprise that does have something to do with love. In other words, with Uranus in Aries squaring your sun, and with nothing in your sun sign right now, and Uranus being so well aspected by the moon in Aries, and the moon is your own ruler, so it too is squaring your sun sign, and the planets in front of you, the 4 planets in Leo, are trining that moon and Uranus in Aries, which are squaring your sun. So I think there is a high possibility that somebody could break free, or they could suddenly want to start something new. They could want to travel very quickly. So you need to sort of watch out for a little disruption in your plans, Cancer, due to a sudden change that someone else wants to make. And they can go right ahead and do it too, because they've got a lot of backup right now. So I think that you're going to have to be very adaptable this week, Cancer. Mars and Saturn in Scorpio are trining your sun, and Neptune in Pisces is also trining your sun. So you have got some heavy-duty backup behind you right now, Cancer. No one's going to tip you over, but you still are going to have to adapt, whether you like it or not, to the sudden changes that other people are making, because they feel their changes are based on love one way or another. So I hope you go ahead and agree with their choices right now, because I think it would make you a little bit unpopular if you disagreed with their choices. So I hope you don't do that. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, gee, you've got a lot of planets in your sign, Leo. Lucky you. This is as good as it gets, because those are 4 wonderful planets in your sun sign. And remember, they're all fortified. They're all backed up by 2 other wonderful planets, the moon and Uranus in Aries, which are trining the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter, all in your sign, Leo. So you are very popular right now, and you probably want to do a little bit to spruce up your looks in one way or another. Since your sign rules fame, you could have a lucky break that could sort of put you in the spotlight. And I do think that there is some good news around right now. It's either good news about you, Leo, or it can be good news about the things you care about: creative endeavors, the entertainment field, sports, children, publishing, or it can involve your health. Your health might be getting better if you have a heart problem, a back problem, or some problem with your blood supply. Those could be improving, which would be wonderful. And also there is the possibility of travel or of being involved in higher education, or some sort of judicial matter at a very high level could turn out to benefit you eventually. So I think that things are looking very good for you right now, Leo. Congratulations. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is simply a time when I think with those planets, 4 of them in Leo, all behind your sun sign, that you can be blessed with very good news. And the reason why I think that you can hear some very good news this week, exceptional news in fact, is because Mercury is your ruler and it is conjunct the sun in Leo right behind your sun sign. So there is a lot of light in the background of your life, but that light is being shed on wonderful things in the background of your life. Virgo, you really don't have anything to hide. And in fact, you can probably be very proud of some achievement, either of your own or, for instance, of a child, or some sport that you're involved with, or the entertainment field, or a creative endeavor. Or it can be, Virgo, that you have got your heart set on somebody, and this could be a time when you would want to sort of seal the deal, and when you could be either meeting somebody very nice, or if you're already in a wonderful relationship, this is the time when you might want to consider a deeper commitment, such as marriage, and the aspects are excellent for that. They are for everyone. So I would say behind the scenes, you are going to get some very good news, or else you're going to give some very good news to somebody. So I think that this is a time when there will be congratulations connected with you in one way or another, Virgo, and I think that that's wonderful. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, this is simply a time when you can know that, or you can sense that better days are ahead. And you are absolutely right. And the reason why is those 4 planets in Leo are all sextiling your sun. They're headed your way, Libra. They are going to come into your sun sign eventually. Jupiter won't, because it's going to stay in Leo for a year. But the Sun, Mercury, and Venus are going to move on. And Venus is your own sun sign ruler, and it is being conjuncted by that Jupiter and trined by the planets in Aries. So even though the Moon and Uranus in Aries are opposing your sun sign, they are so well fortified, I don't think they can really hurt anybody, not even in an opposition. So what I think is that you can be somewhat surprised by astounding news that someone else has this week. And so there can be a sudden change. Or what I think is, since Uranus is retrograde, there is the possibility that something that you had done before comes back to you. In other words, there could be a sudden opportunity for you to do something that you've already done before and that you already know how to do, and it just sort of pops up on your radar. So I think you ought to consider that, Libra. First of all, you already know how to do it, so it would be easy. And there are more good things headed your way. They just haven't quite hit you yet, but they will, particularly this fall. And so, you know, I think this is a time when you need to sort of look for something that can help you expand, and I think it can even land on your doorstep, Libra. So you don't really have too much to worry about right now, except that your finances can be a little bit tricky or a little bit threatened right now, because Mars and Saturn in Scorpio are right ahead of your sun sign, and that means there can be some constriction on the money that you would like to spend. Maybe it has to go for bills instead of nice things. But that would be wise of you, Libra, to really pay attention to what you owe right now, so that you can pare that down and enjoy a better future, particularly this fall when things are going to be better for you. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is simply a time with Mars and Saturn in your sign when you really mean business, don't you, Scorpio? Except that, you know, you've got to understand that if you overdo anything right now, it will not only harm others, it will come back to harm you. And so that's why you need to be careful. There is a painting, a famous painting called Saturn Devouring His Children. Saturn is depicted as an old man swallowing children, swallowing the young. And I think that that is a picture that you should think about a little bit, Scorpio, not because you would do anything that evil, but the potential is there for anyone who is seeking revenge or is jealous, envious, passionate, or very greedy right now. Remember, yours is a fixed financial sign. And the reason why is that Mars and Saturn in your sign, which make you terribly powerful right now, but also quite capable of destruction and anger, are being squared by the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter in Leo. And Leo does rule children, and it rules enterprising affairs. It rules not only love affairs, but creativity and entertainment and glamour and fun, and, you know, nice things in life. And with Venus and Mars squaring each other, you could want to destroy that or the pleasure that it gives other people. And you need to be aware that you could be tempted to do that right now. If anybody is going to start a war, it's going to be pretty soon, because Mars is getting closer and closer to Saturn. It will exactly conjunct Saturn in about another week, and that is a time when if someone wanted to go to war, they would be doing it. And Scorpio rules Russia. And that is why, Scorpio, you've got to really try in a disciplined manner to pull back when you are upset about things, and try not to express your anger or your discouragement in any way, and try not to make anyone else pay for that right now, even if it is their fault. Cool off, Scorpio, because the only way you can make a dream come true is to concentrate on that dream and to work very hard for that. And that is how you can use that anger energy right now to be in control of it and make something beautiful come out of it. And so I hope that's what you do, because not only can no one afford revenge or retribution, but you least of all, because it would take you years to recover from any harm you do now. So I hope you don't do any, Scorpio. All right, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, yours is a fire sign. Boys, are you lucky now, Sagittarius? There are 6 planets trining your sun sign. Venus and Jupiter, the Sun, and Mercury in Leo are all trining your sun, and Uranus and the Moon in Aries are trining your sun. So you have the opportunity for a new start. It may be something that you had done before, and suddenly it falls in your lap again. I would say yes to that, Sagittarius, because you're already trained for it. And also you could get some very good news about a blessed event. In other words, somebody who is deciding to marry and is in love, or children who come along or who are excelling at this time. Or it can simply be that you have visitors from a distance, or you're going to see them and the visit would be quite enjoyable. So you are under absolutely excellent aspects. And if you were thinking of starting something, Sagittarius, now's the time, while you have so much encouragement and support and opportunity from other people. So I hope you really think about that and go for something. This is not a time when you should be sitting down and doing nothing. You should be out prospecting, because I think you could strike gold. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, this is simply a time when I think that really people's mind is on love right now. Yours, of course, is a business sign, and your sign with Pluto in it rules management in large government agencies or large corporations. And since Pluto is retrograde right now, somebody is changing their mind about policies or what they think they should be doing right now for long-term security, and that could affect you. If you are in a position to think about your own long-term security, you may be able to handle that a lot better right now, since Mars in Libra is no longer squaring your sun sign, which means there can be more money around for you right now, Capricorn, which is good. So you need to be really careful with that, because while a lot of people have their mind on love, you're so practical, you know that you really got to stretch a dollar, because a Capricorn rules old age, and generally Capricorns live a very long time. So I think while everyone else is maybe partying, you ought to tuck a little bit more money away, Capricorn, and really think a lot more about your long-term security. And one way to think about it is how you can cut costs. Because if you can trim costs, you are that much further ahead, even if your income doesn't go up. But it is somewhat aspected to go up right now, simply because something that had been on hold is no longer on hold, and there could be some funds that are more available to you now, which is good. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, there are so many planets in Leo right now, 4 of them, all opposing your sun sign, that I think that you could get some very good news about children's events, a love affair, people wanting to get married, or something that is very, very creative in the entertainment field or in publishing, or something that has to do with sports. And you know, it would affect you, Aquarius. It may not be that you're directly involved, but you could still benefit from that, because those good planets can't harm anybody right now. In fact, they're out to help everybody, and the accent is on love, Aquarius. So I hope that you are sort of looking for love, because I think love is looking for you, Aquarius, along with everybody else. And it would help you get your mind off your financial troubles, and that is because Mars and Saturn are squaring your sun, and that simply means that, you know, if you spent your whole life worrying about your financial affairs, it might get a little depressing. So try to have some fun this week instead. Not spend money, but have some fun if you can. And there are plenty of ways to do that. So you just have to be a little bit creative. Your future is looking brighter than you realize, Aquarius. And the reason why something new could pop up suddenly is because Uranus, your own ruler, is in Aries, and it is being conjuncted by the moon and trined by all the planets in Leo. That makes your own sign even stronger when your ruler is stronger. So I think there's more potential out there, Aquarius. Just sort of get out and put a smile on your face and go looking for love, because I think love is looking for you. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is simply a time when, you know, I hope you're not just dreaming your life away, because, you know, there is an accent on action right now with 6 planets in fire signs. And so I think that you should sort of get in with other people right now. And if you get invited to a party, you should go, Pisces, or just include yourself in the activities of other people, because you could pick up a lot of new leads right now, or good news about others that you could be happy about. And in one way or another, the new people that you meet could also help you make your dreams come true right now. So there is potential for growth right now, and there is potential for some sort of solid financial backing, because Mars and Saturn in Scorpio are trining your sun, and they are both direct now. Saturn was retrograde for a long time, but since they are now both direct, there is the possibility that some money that, or a financial affair that had been contentious, or money that had been withheld, may now become available, Pisces. You would just have to be very factual and sort of get everything down in writing to prove that you deserve it, but there is the possibility that you could do that right now, so I hope you give that a try. It's just that I think you should concentrate on love too, because it is well aspected right now for everyone. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you next week, and remember that you can subscribe to the show on our website, starborninstitute.org, and then you can watch the shows at your convenience. Bye.